This is Anderson Penn's podcast, episode 167 for Tuesday, September 29th, 2015. This is Brian.
This is Lisa.
This is the Anderson Penn's radio network.
I do that on purpose just to mess with you.
I know you do.
Brian says, okay, I'm going to go live now. And I wait a couple seconds and I'm like, wait, what? Just to mess with you.
Well, here we are.
Here we are at home. It is so nice to be back at home. I love shows, but God, it's good to be back in our own bed, our own kitchen, our own shower.
And so this was the, second, is this further than Denver? We're whittling down the long shows for the year?
Yes, I think Denver is a hair shorter.
Okay.
Denver's about 1,000 miles and Dallas is about 1,100.
Awesome.
So, and then after Denver, which is next weekend, I can't believe, two 500-mile shows, and then we're done.
Yeah, it's going to be great. So, but the topic of tonight's podcast is Dallas, and
we had quite an adventure.
We traveled down with a guest this time,
which is weird. We've never had anyone in the car with us, and we weren't quite sure how we were going to fit it all in, but we were determined. So we left our hand cart, our hand truck that we normally bring. We left that home so that there was room for Eric, and it was really a fun time.
Yes, it was a blast. There's always something going on in the car. Yeah, it was a good way to stay awake too, because there's always someone to. Eric's always joking around, making jokes, and that was fun. So we had a blast.
Well, when you when you were sleeping, we were mocking you.
Oh man,
it was a good time.
Were there pictures taken? Because
no, he didn't take any pictures. It was dark. The only picture that Eric did take was the the one of the big Indian in Big Cabin, Oklahoma. We went inside to get to use the restroom and to get a drink, and we were just discussing the fact that there is it's so difficult to get a good shot of the Indian unless you are just pulling out of the toll booth across the street. Because if you get up close, then it's just kind of a straight up shot. It's like you get a shot up his nose. And so we come out of the restaurant, and Eric whips out his phone and says, "Here you go." And he got this perfect shot of the Indian. And so like, how did you do that? He's like, I just walked out in the middle of the highway. Now, keep in mind, in the middle of nowhere, Oklahoma at, I don't know, midnight or whatever it wasn't too bad, but like, really? But Eric was determined to help us sell some pens on the way down, so that was a good time. And we did not sing 736 bottles of ink on the wall. I was afraid that might happen, but it was a good time. We made good time. We ended up getting down to Dallas a little bit earlier than we thought, and made our usual pilgrimage to the Allen Outlet Mall. For the record, I did not buy a thing for me, so that was impressive.
Well, you haven't bought anything the last couple of years, so.
We didn't even go last year because of the construction. Bought Brian a few shirts for the store and wandered around, but we were supposed to try and visit the Retro 51 offices, but we were a little too early to do that. Our sales rep wasn't in, and we managed to get into the hotel and into our hotel room, so we ended up sleeping through most of the afternoon. It was heaven.
Which is fine.
We'll go next year.
We'll go next year. I just had some brief notes here. The show was crazy, very busy this year. Probably the best attended, I would say, ever since we've been going. So much so that we never got out behind the table to look at other stuff. Occasionally in our room, I never actually went into the other room, never actually went into the hallway where the silent auction was, so I have no idea what was even being auctioned off. I did understand there were a couple of bottles of ink, but that's all I know that was being auctioned off. So it was busy. It was very busy. We got to see some of our friends. Friday night, we had our much awaited, much anticipated barbecue at the 1050 barbecue with general manager of Pilot USA, John Lane, and his good friend and owner of Retro 51, George.
It was
what
crazy.
an experience! What an experience!
Now, John's quite the foodie, so we weren't quite sure what to expect. I guess George had introduced him to this place last year, and man, do they do barbecue right down there in Texas. You stand outside and you place your order, and they throw it on this, they weigh it. So you've got, half a sausage and a chicken breast, and you've got, 4 ribs and a piece of brisket.
Barbecued jalapeno.
It was bacon wrapped, right?
Yeah, I'm sorry, bacon wrapped jalapeno. That's what I mean. I should have stuck with 1. 1 is the number there, I think. So.
Yeah. And then, they put it on this tray that's covered with wax paper, and then they weigh it. And then you go inside and you get your sides. And no, it was really good. But I'm not sure what was going on in the other room back near where we sat, like some kind of party. I didn't see that many girls. It was more.
There were, I don't know if it was, I guess it's, I don't know, who knows, some kind of party, but we were there because we got there late. The show ended at 8 o'clock. We actually closed up about 5 minutes early, which is something we never do. Got over there, and the 1050 closed down at 9 o'clock. So we got in and we're chatting, and it was about 9:30, and we said, well, we're the last people here. We got to get out. We got to let them close down. And George invited us over to his place for some whiskey and some cigars. And so we were sitting there, and next thing you know, we look at our watch, and it's like, what was it, 1:15, 1:30?
1:19.
1:19 in the morning. We said, we got to go because we got to get up and go to the show. And
because work comes early.
Work comes early. So we got back. I think by the time we hit the sack, it was about 2 o'clock. The alarm goes off at 6:15. So 4 hours, 15 minutes of sleep. And
I think we did pretty well considering it was, 4 hours. And then,
and then that's the last day.
Yeah, that's the busy day.
But we should mention what we saw on Friday, and I've got a picture of it here.
We got some cool stuff. We got to hold some cool stuff. We got to see some cool stuff. Oh,
this is what people want to see here. We did get to see the brand new Pilot limited edition Vanishing Point, the Twilight.
We got to hold it. We got to touch it. I fondled it. It was really cool. John left some pens with us, and I tried really hard to get him to leave this one, and he wasn't going for it. But I tried.
This was a special one, and it was already spoken for. Let's just say it that way. But very pretty in person, very nice. Very tasteful. I think it's going to be. I don't remember when these are coming out, but soon.
Soon. In fact, after seeing it in person, I tripled our order.
I'm sorry, you did what?
I ordered a couple more.
So there we go. I guess I didn't have the picture up. There's a picture. Yeah, it's a nice looking pen.
Absolutely gorgeous.
So. Excited to get it. Of course, it comes in the standard limited edition box, white box, with a little blue and kind of purple tint on that. You can kind of see it on the bottom of the edge of the box, but that was nice. And then, of course, we also got to see the next hot topic from Pilot.
These were cool.
And this time I'm going to hit the right button, and there we go. The brand new colors of the Pilot Metropolitan. You got a red, you got a turquoise, purple. Do you have? Did you bring them home?
Well, duh.
Green, and then there's a really cool kind of a gray one with a little plaid check on it. So very playful, very fun.
There is also a mustard yellow.
Oh, we didn't get that one apparently.
No, we didn't get that one. He ripped us off.
He ripped us off.
No, we are incredibly grateful. We got to bring these home. So let me know when you're done sharing the picture.
Oh, okay, yeah. Well, there we go.
I have them in my hot little hand, and they're great. Now, the fun thing is that months and months ago, I got to see the prototypes for these, and it's interesting to see how the bands have changed and evolved from what they were thinking of to what they actually decided on. So
yeah, I'm glad, and these are named by the color too, right? They're
yes.
So I don't have to learn a check pattern or,
no.
You know.
Retro pop purple, retro pop turquoise. You know,
the turquoise
gray.
is nice. I like the turquoise.
Yeah. They're cool. I think they're fun.
It's a nice departure from, not everybody wants a dead animal pattern on their pen, and black, silver, and gold they're just fine, but sometimes you want a little pop of color, and I think I think that's exciting. So that was fun. Believe it or not, you didn't buy anything at the show, did you?
I don't think so.
I bought one thing.
But I bought something as we were leaving.
What was that?
To go to the show. Something arrived. And
oh, well, we're going to talk about that in a minute.
I know.
Don't jump the ball. You didn't even. I bought one thing. And I actually, it was surprising that it's funny how it all went down, but suffice it to say, I eventually bought something for the collection, and it doesn't happen all too often, but the gentleman behind us asked me what I should price an Esterbrook desk set at, and I told him, and he put it on, but he didn't show me. He showed me the box, and then later he had it out, and I saw it, and I'd never seen this before, so I said, well, I got to have it. It's an Esterbrook DS213 desk set. It looks just like the standard 8-ball set, but this is after Faber-Castell owned the brand. It does say Esterbrook around the ring, just like all the rest of them. This has the chain on it, and it's a ballpoint, but it's in this off-white, pretty close to white color. Not quite ivory, but it's not pure white, but it's really an interesting color. It still has the adhesive on the bottom, and neat. I just had to have it, so I spent a paltry sum to get it, and there it is. So outside of that, I gotta.
We didn't get out from the table to shop.
No. So I was thankful, and that was literally the table behind us. I was thankful for our good friend Eddie G came along, and he gifted me with a really kind of a cool. I didn't take a decent picture of it, but a cool watch made by a Japanese company called Orient. Before they were purchased by Seiko, it's an automatic, and it has the day it's a day date, and the day is in English or Japanese, so you can set it so it says which one you want to show up. So after a little playing around, I finally got it all figured out, and then there was somebody at the table who could read Japanese and enough to tell me which day was correct, and we got it hooked up. But cool watch. Thanks Eddie G for that. And that was about the extent of. I got a couple other things. But that was about the extent of it. So,
well, the other thing that Eddie G did was he brought us a thermos of incredibly yummy hot coffee on Saturday morning, and we love you, Eddie. Definitely needed. But yeah, no, it was budget-wise, it was a good show.
Yeah, budget-wise, it was a good show. good to see lots of our friends from the internet and from shows, the Bylers and Tracy Lee and
Leslie and
Leslie and all sorts of
Tiffany
people.
and Eddie and yeah.
I'm doing all the shout outs now apparently.
I know.
But anyway, so it was a good show. Lots of vintage, some modern stuff, and well attended. Very busy show. Probably I would say the busiest we've ever seen there.
I think so.
So a lot of fun being there. There was some new stuff we'll get into just in a bit, but we're home now. And next week we leave for Denver. So we'll talk more about that next week. But for those of you who are in Denver or are going to go to Denver, don't forget to mark if you want to get something and want us to bring something that we're not going to bring, certain inks or whatever. You want to make sure we have it. Do pen show pickup, and we'll deliver it to you at the show. So we had a nice little package come in the mail this week.
Let me get it. It felt like Christmas.
I couldn't believe this.
It was crazy. Ed Capizzi, the organizer of the Denver Pen Show, has organized a couple contests that will finalize at the show. And there's a creative writing contest, there's an art contest, and a penmanship contest for children at the Ridgeview Classical School. And Brian and I donated 200 starter pens to the students and
fountain pens with cartridges.
And Marie Hornback, their teacher, has been working with them for the last couple years on penmanship and writing. And so we got 200 letters from kids. And no, this is not all of them, but
that's like maybe not quite half.
And some of them are just so cute. We've got,
most of them are written on crane stationery. So
I think somebody donated the stationery because no fifth grader is going to have that. But some of them are decorated with drawings, and we've got a couple of them. This is my first fountain pen, and I wish my teachers would let me use it all the time, but they won't. Just stacks and stacks and stacks of thank yous. We haven't even read them all. But let me.
We spent probably what good half hour, almost a half an hour at the store.
Yeah, it was great. I hope you can see this pretty well. But just this huge stack of really wonderful letters from kids who are enjoying using their pens, and it's just really touching. It's really touching.
I think the one that I can remember that I thought was kind of cute was the kid. He wrote us thank you note with a pencil, but he apologized because he left the fountain pen at home that day.
Yeah, it was cute. It was cute. Just so we're excited to be able to see some of those kids at the show, because I believe that the kids get in for free and then the parents get in for half price if accompanied by a kid. And the winners of these contests will be awarded the prizes at the show. So it's just really above and beyond engaging the kids in using fountain pens. Just really a great idea. So we were thrilled to be asked to be a part of that.
Yeah. So that was fun, and it'll be, and I'm sure we're going to meet some of the parents, and that's going to be great. So.
Yeah, but it'll be fun to continue to go through these. Some of them signed it like sincerely yours, best regards. We got a couple love, and it was just really cute. This is my first fountain pen. It's my favorite fountain pen. It's my first. It was just great.
So, and I guess we should mention, moving on, we've been doing pen, paper, ink this week, but we're gonna skip over the ink and the paper. Pen, because there's a significant pen that came this last week, and it's so significant that it was almost sold out before we even got it on the website. I'm going to show a picture of it here in a second here. But we've been waiting for this, and Lisa had packed the car, and we were literally across the street, and we were having breakfast because we discovered that the coffee shop across the street actually makes a darn good breakfast. If you're ever in Appleton, Brewed Awakenings is a plug for those guys. They're awesome. Great place. And we're sitting there, and then Dave calls me on the phone. And so usually when that means something's, I got to fix something or computer's not working right. So Dave calls me and he goes, Sailor came. And so I said, great, we're going to be right over. We cross the street and we get in, and here is the Sailor Pro Gear Slim Starburst Galaxy. We had been waiting for this thing. I don't even remember. This has been 4 or 5 months now, maybe, since we initially placed an order. And this thing is outstanding.
Gorgeous.
It's gorgeous. It's really, it's phenomenal. It's rhodium trim, and it has like it's acrylic, but it looks like it's almost a
looks
rod.
like, right. Yeah. Absolutely gorgeous.
But it looks like a Galaxy, and my only wish was they would have made it in a full size Pro Gear. Would have been really even more outstanding. But I'm so happy to have it just as it is. It's a killer pen. I mean, we're sold out like within 2 days, 3 days.
Yeah. 2.
We've got some more on back order, but.
Yeah, we immediately texted our sales rep, who, God loves Scott. He he gets back to me at 11:30 at night, 6 in the morning on Sunday. He'll call on a Saturday afternoon. I mean, he's just incredibly responsive, because we'll send him texts during the show to let him know what we've sold, or if somebody's had a comment about something. So it's kind of fun to go back and forth. And we were in the car and texting him saying, we need more. Are there any more? Can you get us some from, I don't care
I'll take
where.
whatever
It's
you
got to be a
got.
box. Give me the stuff you're hiding.
Yeah.
And he managed to come up with a few more.
We're currently out, but the rest is on back order. I think they said maybe November, close to December, it's coming back in. So limited edition, 500 pieces. They're not numbered. Really fantastic.
The ones that we're getting we'll have before November.
Okay.
I think they shipped.
Did they? Oh, okay. Well, you wouldn't.
Yeah,
I wouldn't know. You would know that.
I think they had like 8 left, so I think that's what we're getting.
8 plus we had one on back order.
Yeah.
So anyway, that was the pen of the week, and as soon as we came in, Lisa and I went, and I was like, I got a broad, you got a fine. Here we go. Pop the cartridge in, and let's find a box, stuff it in the box. Eric bought one right away.
He was in the car in the back seat buying a pen.
And so that was that. So we actually only had, I think we had 3. We had 3 at the show to sell, and they were gone. So cool pen. Speaking also of cool pens in the store, should we start the contest right now? Maybe we should do that now. Yes. No.
Yes.
Give people a little bit of time.
Yes.
Okay, so I got a couple things I want to talk about, but this week we're going to give away a random 5-pack of ink samples, and it's there's going to be good stuff in there. The email is giveaway@andersonpens.com, and I'm going to put this in here. The second correct answer to giveaway at andersonpens.com wins the 5-pack of random 5-pack of ink samples. The question is, drum roll.
Right.
This is pretty easy. What is the next pen show on the show circuit?
That we will be attending.
We will be attending. What is the next pen show on the show circuit that we're going to be attending? So, second correct answer to giveaway at andersonpens.com. 5-pack of 3 milliliter ink samples. So go. At the store, another thing we saw in Dallas. I was not expecting this. Were you expecting this?
No, this completely blew me away. And John and Carol were laughing at me because when I saw this, I just like gasped and drooled and like, oh my God. Neponsets were in Dallas.
Noodlers and Neponsets,
including one we've never seen before.
Yeah, the one on the left in the image here is a ebonite Neponset, and it's a teal. It's a really cool color. But you got the yellow fer-de-lance, the Baikal, rattlesnake and adrenaline,
Coral Sea, Old Salem, Himalayan ruby. Nathan had them at the Boston get together a couple weeks ago, and along with some Conrad acrylics we're going to talk about in a second. And what he had left, he sent to John and Carol of Luxury Brands for the Dallas show. And so they had them available, and they sold quite a few, and there were only a couple left. I think we took this picture early on when we saw them, because I don't know that there were any others, but we managed to snag a picture pretty early on so that at least we could say we'd seen some in the wild. And so we ended up coming home with just a few.
So
they are on the site, but it's encouraging that there were some Neponsets, and I think they came out, a year ago. They went pretty quickly, and I think that was about it.
Yep. So we do have some of those. There also were, some of you may be aware of, there were some new acrylic Conrads that came out. And we're going to talk about that tomorrow.
Mm-hmm. I have 3 of them here with me.
Oh, you do?
I do. I brought them home.
Okay.
Brand new, just for the Boston show. And again, what was left was sent down for the Dallas show. You've got the Wendigo, the Jersey Devil, and the Nantucket Chimney of Fire. These are limited editions. Whatever's left is it. Nathan made them for Boston, and this is just the last of it. And again, there are only a couple. We ended up able to bring these home because there weren't enough to distribute among the different retailers. I mean, what are you going to do with 3 or 4 pens?
Right.
But we did come home with a couple, and they're cool. They're cool.
So awesome. So we got those. More information tomorrow. Check out keep an eye out on the blog, and they'll have more information on those. Also this week, we'll mention, if you didn't see it, I posted today a new video on the Visconti Rembrandt collection, and kind of a closer look at what those pens are all about. So that's up, something to check out. We do have a winner in the contest.
Cool.
And I'm sitting here looking at my email, and I'm like, because I have the giveaway address forwarded to an account, and apparently I was looking in the wrong account. I'm thinking, well, why are people not answering the question? The winner
is it Mom?
Is it Mom? No, it is not Mom. We'd have to sell her a pen, I think.
She's got a pen.
Does she have a pen? Okay. The winner is our friend Delee. Wins the 5-pack of samples, and we'll give her a cheer there.
Awesome. We'll have Chris just pick some cool ones.
Yep. We'll have Chris do it tomorrow because he's coming back from a couple of days off. So there's that. We have some quick shout outs this week.
Keep in mind that we always leave people out, and we never intend to. So if we don't mention you when you were there, I'm really, really sorry. Eddie G for the watch and the company and the coffee. We love you. That was heaven.
The watch was awesome. I love this thing.
The coffee was awesome.
Coffee was great. I drank the whole dang thing, I think.
We got to see Janice and Tiffany and Tracy Lee and Leslie. Big shout out to John and George. Oh my God, we had such a good time.
Yeah, it was fun.
I think we all have nicknames now.
Do I have a nickname? I don't have a nickname.
Yeah, you do.
Oh, really?
Yeah. Um, God, who else was there? Eric hates it when we do this, but so shout outs to everybody who was there. And Michael Heenan, is Michael in the chat? It's funny. A friend of Michael's came by to say hi for him. So that was fun. We got to see Charles. It was wonderful to have people come by and say hi, since we can't go and wander and sit around and be out on the floor. It was crazy enough. We couldn't even hardly get away to get lunch. So
that's it, huh? All right. Well, again, congrats to Lee. Send me your address. I just sent you an email. We have it, but I want to make sure we get the right one. And that's it. Next week will be the pre-Denver show and probably done at the store. But we'll check it out. So I think that's it. Anything else you got this week?
No, just it's really nice to be home. The weather's a little cooler. It's going to be time for some, I think, fires outside this weekend, and you'll be able to mow the yard and get caught up on all. It's really sad when you're excited to get caught up on laundry. We're gone so much during show season. It's exciting to sleep in our own bed and to do laundry and all those domestic things.
All right. Well, for the rest of you who aren't mowing your lawn and doing your laundry, use your pens. Write to us at Anderson Pens, 10 East College Avenue, Suite 112A, Appleton, Wisconsin, 54911.
Check us out on Twitter, Facebook, Pinterest, Instagram, and all other social media as Anderson Pens.
The blog is blog.andersonpens.com.
And the website is andersonpens.com.
Check out our social media for updates and new products or events going on in the store. Thanks for listening to our podcast. We will see you next week. Have a good night, everyone.